Hello and welcome to the Diaspora Lifestyle TV. I've got my good friend here, Omame, and because it's September, we wanted to talk about how you can settle down if you're studying abroad and this is the first time that you're doing it.
Exactly.
So come with us. So Omame, I think you studied here in Cardiff, and
Yes.
obviously you must have the first-hand experience about this whole studying abroad thing. So
Yes.
what's the first thing that you were worried about when you first started off, like fresher in September? What was your first issue?
Right. Yeah, hello everyone. Like Gladys has said, my name is Omame, and yeah, I think I would have a bit of an insight into this topic, settling down abroad for the first time when you come to school, maybe outside your home country. So basically, when I came in September, so many years ago, I'm not going to say what year. Luckily for me, I had people who picked me up from the airport, but then and they brought me to Cardiff where I needed to school, where I got the admission, to school. But the thing is, the people who picked me up from London were family, but they didn't live in Cardiff. So when they dropped me off and they left, yes, I was settled. I was in my room. I had where to live. I knew where I was staying now. I knew the school. I'd done a bit of registration with the hostel. But what I found was that when they left, the first thing that hit me was the loneliness.
Yeah,
The
homesick.
homesickness.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
no one to talk to.
Yeah.
No one to chat with. I had a few flatmates in the house I was living in, but I didn't really know them. They were from another country. They were from China and Burmese and those kind of things. So
That's
it was quite
a
strange at first. It was
shocking,
quite
yeah.
a shocking,
Shocking
feeling.
to your
You wouldn't
system.
think that you would be that lonely or
Yeah,
homesick,
yeah.
but then you find that you are. And so the first thing you want to do at that time is grab a phone or grab a SIM card quickly so that you can at least talk to people
You
back
will soon finish
at home.
finish
Exactly,
your pocket money
by
by talking to people at home.
At home,
So
exactly.
how could students deal with this type of thing? How could they deal with loneliness? What did you do in your time
Yes.
to deal with loneliness and feeling homesick and all that?
Yes. So basically, it gradually started to ease. So it starts to ease when you get fully into registration.
Yeah.
So when you start to register for your course or for, your session, you then get to start meeting
Other people.
who are going to be registering as well.
Yeah.
And then you now find that some of those people are maybe from your home country. Some of them may be not from your home country, but
What
from your home continent.
Yeah.
So you now begin to see that there are other people who are like you, who you can relate with.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then, of course, through the process of the registration, maybe going from one place to the other, you then begin to meet different people you interact with. You now start to say, oh, where will I do this? Where will I do that? And in the process of that, you can just make a friend, because what you need to understand is that the people you are doing the registration with are also feeling like you.
In the same shoes
Yeah, in the
as
same
you.
shoes as you. So they are also looking for someone to start a conversation with, someone to start a relationship or a friendship with. And so you see that gradually throughout the day of the registration, you start to ease into it gradually, making friends, finding out people who are often doing the same courses or the same course as you are.
Okay.
Doing. So
So that's good. So
gradually.
right, you've heard that now. So you should try as quickly as you can to making friends, finding people who are of similar background as you, and trying to make friends from the registration process. You should start doing that until you start your lecture starts in full swing. Okay, yes, go on to the next. The next thing that I found a little bit hard when I came was just navigating my way around, just finding myself where I was and what was available, what was around for me. So how do diasporans cope with that? Just navigating their way around.
Okay. Yes, so that's a very important one, because it's the first time you are coming in to another country. Maybe you visited before in the past, but that was a visit. Maybe the university town where you are in is the first ever time you are coming to that town. And then to make matters worse, you're not just coming to that town as a visitor now, you're coming to live in that place for a certain number of years. If your course is 3 years, or if you're here for a master's, some masters could be 1 year or 2 years, depending. So you're coming now actually to live in the place. So you have to first of all try to see that I need to understand
my
environment,
neighborhood,
my
yeah,
neighborhood,
yeah.
and how things work, so that I don't get myself into a what fix. Because when you can't do all of that, you find that the homesickness increases. So don't be afraid to explore. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
So don't be afraid to
Go
explore.
for it.
Go for
Yeah.
walks.
Yeah.
And sort of acclimatize yourself with your surroundings. So that's a shop over there. That seems to be a bus stop.
And in the bus stop, you
Yes.
got lots of information.
Yes.
They're usually maps.
Exactly.
Telling you about bus numbers,
yes.
and where they're going to. And there's so much information
that you
on
can
the bus
find
stop.
on the bus stop.
Yeah, and some of them have actually maps that you can take home.
Exactly, from the bus stop. So that you can understand. So you find your way around. You know that this is a shop nearby. If I need milk, or if I need sugar, or if I need just little groceries, I can come to that shop. Cereal and all of that. You're just coming in. You may not be thinking of cooking.
No.
So just something small that that you can eat on the go.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to cook. Maybe you don't have pots, but you know that this is a shop there. This is where the bus stop is in case I need to go into town. You take the maps from the bus stops, as she said, because some of these bus stops
are helpful.
If you live in places where you have to use the underground or the trains, there are also loads of maps as well.
And it can feel quite overwhelming. Those maps, it takes a while to just understand them. So that's the first thing you want to grab once you come in.
A map. And if you are lucky to have data, on
your phone,
then Google is your best friend.
Exactly. That should be your best friend. We Google nearly everything.
Just grab your Google map, put in it the destination where you want to go, and start walking.
Yeah.
Because you find that as a student, most of the way you transport yourself about is by walking.
Yes, foot run.
Yes. Most of the school accommodation is student accommodations as within
around
the
university
area. So most UK universities do not have campuses.
Yeah,
but still, most of the accommodation is around the university area. So you find that the best way of navigating yourself around is just by walking.
Yeah.
So if you have data on your phone, then Google Map or Google itself
will
is
help
your
you.
best friend.
Yeah.
It will help you to just type in where you want to go and type in where you are going from. It will tell you how many minutes you will get there, how long it will take you to get there, and it will tell you turn left. It will even talk to you, turn right. So that will really, really help. In our time, we didn't have Google.
I think
Google Map.
that's what I was going to ask now. So if you do not have data or all that in your phone, who is the first person that you can call in your university, like in your department, the place that you're going to?
Yes.
Who is the person that you speak
your
to?
Point of contact.
Yeah.
So that's something that we should have added.
Yes.
By this time, if you have done your registration as well, you would have seen the schools try to give you a contact person or a go-to person if you find yourself in a fix.
Yeah.
So there are people in the student union buildings. There are people in the administrative blocks.
Yeah.
Or designated people in the admin block of your department that can help you and answer any questions that you have.
So maybe you should have the phone number.
You should have the phone number with you. Maybe you want to locate where the nearest library is.
Yeah.
Or where, because with the system that I find in most of the schools in the UK is that different departments have their own libraries.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not just one library for the whole school. It's maybe the law library,
the faculty,
the engineering library, the this library. So they have. So you need to know where your library. If you need to know things around where your school is, maybe where's my own department's library, where's my this. There are people within the admin departments in your faculty
that will direct
that
you.
will be able to direct you. Then also, in acclimatizing and getting settled when you first come in, you need a doctor.
Yeah, doctors, and in the UK we don't
call them doctors.
You have to.
We call them GPs.
GP surgery.
Surgery. GP just means general practitioner.
Yeah.
So you look for a GP surgery because anything can happen. Remember that you are coming in from one climate maybe to a different climate.
Exactly.
And you could easily fall sick.
Frostbite. Yes. Anything.
Frostbite. Anything. So it's very important that one of the first ways you acclimatize yourself with your environment is saying, where is the GP surgery around that I can register with, so that if I feel ill, I know that I can go there for medicine or prescription or stuff like that.
So that's very good.
Yes. So basically, those are just a few things that you need to do when you want to start to acclimatize with your environment. Walk around, know places, let Google be your best friend, find your nearest bus stop, find your nearest shops where you can get groceries, find your nearest GP surgery where you can register yourself, find your nearest library if you need to
register in the library as well, so
and make the student union building your best friend because you will always find somebody there that will
support
help
you.
Be that whether it's a student or a staff,
you
will always find somebody there that will support you.
That's great. Okay, so the other thing that will bother you if you're coming for the first time is probably wanting to find a job. Your school fees may have been paid in full or may not have been paid, and sometimes you just need money to survive, just need pocket money to survive,
or even to just treat yourself.
Exactly. It's the winter, you may want to buy a winter coat, or during the spring when it's a bit lighter, you may want cardigans, or just surviving the weather. How do people find a job to survive? Where do they go to get themselves something that can get them going initially?
Okay. So, first of all, let's start from here now. As a UK, I know I would use the UK because that's where I live. And that's what we really understand.
That's a system.
Even though this advice will be useful to people in Australia or Canada,
America,
or Ukraine,
Ukraine,
wherever, I have to bring it down.
They have similar systems.
They have similar systems. So, but I have to bring it down to where we
you
live
understand
and where
very
I
well.
Understand So, in the UK, what you will find is when you come in as a student, you are allowed to work 20 hours a week.
Is it still 20 hours?
I think it's still 20 hours.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's still 20 hours.
20 hours is what you get.
What you get.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to work. You're I don't know. Let's not preempt ourselves.
You would get some time to work.
We don't know if it's still 20 hours, but in our time, in my time when I came, you were allowed to work 20 hours a week and 20 hours a week only.
That's what your student visa permits you
to work.
You can't work for more than 20 hours. Now,
a week.
Some people find their way around that by doing some other things like hairdressing or something else. But officially, when you get a paid job, it can't be more than 20 hours
a week.
Yeah.
So, for that reason, a lot of international students like coming, in my time, love to come to the UK because they felt, okay, we could school and at the same time make some money. So, in my time, we were allowed to work 20 hours a week, and I think it's still obtainable.
Yeah, probably it is. Yeah.
So, you would want to find a job. Whether it's that your fees have been paid in full, or your fees have not been paid in full, or your fees have been paid in full and you want to work for some pocket money, or you have pocket money and your fees have been paid in full and you just want the extra money just to treat yourself now and again.
Yeah.
You might just want to have a
job.
So it's not, luckily, in fact, for those of you coming in these days, we have the internet.
Yeah.
So you need to find the kind of jobs that go, maybe you want to work as a waiter. You want to work in the factory.
Yeah.
You want to work in a call center.
Care homes. Yeah. So casual jobs, basically.
Really. So because those ones they can be structured around those 20-hour.
They have more flexible.
They have more flexible work hours.
Yes.
And they can then fit you into maybe a 5-hour day from Monday to Friday, so they can put you evenings or daytime, or whichever you choose that fits in with your study or your school timetable.
Yeah.
So, they haven't listed the kind of jobs that we said that you can. It's not like you can't do other jobs, but these are the kind of ones that you can rota. Basically, that's what we're saying. So maybe you work at the till in a shop. Or you work as a carer, like you said, or you work as a waiter. So maybe if they are having a game on Saturday in the stadium and they need people to come in and wait.
McDonald's used to be a good one for students.
Burger King. Some people work in call centers,
Yeah, call center is also very good.
It's also very good.
Yeah.
They take
students.
You can put the sort of job you are looking for on the internet. Or better still, in the UK, we have what we call job agencies.
You walk down to the agency.
When you are if you are somebody who is looking for a job, when you are acclimatizing yourself with your environment, find out where the job agencies are.
Usually they might have something recruitment.
Yes.
So it's usually the words is, if you see recruitment, then that's the one that you're looking for.
You're looking for.
Yeah. So
you might even find a job in your students' union.
Exactly.
building.
Sometimes they bring.
Sometimes
they,
the school
bring
gives
the
you
offers.
jobs. Yes,
Yeah.
they bring offers.
And sometimes they have job fairs.
Sometimes they thank you.
They have job fairs where so look out for things like that. Yeah.
So things like that, you know, even your students' union could employ you and give you, you know, the job within that time frame, and then they can arrange it around your study plan. So basically, what we're trying to say is it's not going to be such a difficult task knowing where to go when you want to find a job.
No.
First of all, we've said you can use the internet.
Exactly.
And then you Google it.
Yeah.
Type in the kind of job you are looking for. And you will see the agencies that do those kind of jobs all popping up. And then you will be able to see the names of some that will be near you that you can then walk into to say, this is who I am, this is me, this is what I do, this is the kind of job I'm looking for. I'm a student. So they know exactly
what they're dealing with.
What they are dealing with.
So they know what to
when
look
those
for.
kind of jobs come up,
they will call you.
So it's not like maybe in our home countries, some home countries where you have to go from place to place and be dropping your CV. No. You just walk into that agency or use the online this thing. Sometimes online they will say submit a CV. So you can, if you have an electronic CV online, you just submit it. Yeah. But if you walk into the agency, you give them your CV. They will be the ones that will be dropping your CVs with the people who actually want it. And if they want you, they will inform them. They will inform the job agency, and they will then inform you. Yeah. And then you get the job.
And you know the type of jobs you get as a student. Exactly. We've mentioned that. You know, there will be casual jobs. The ones that will pay the minimum wage that can get you that little free money that you want. Exactly. For that 20 hours a week. Yeah? Exactly. Okay. So I think that's all right with that one. Now, this one is one that I got caught up in myself as well. Just the difference between life generally at home and life abroad. Right. You know, life generally, the weather, my fashion, the language difference. Even though I was speaking English at home, when I came here, people were speaking English to me and I didn't know what they were saying. That's right. You know,
because the accents.
It was very different, you know, and food. So, you know, how could people settle down quickly with all these differences in culture, you know, and climates?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just to have
let's take the weather one for example now for a start. Yeah. Okay.
So just to have a little bit of a recap, we've said you will miss home.
Exactly.
And we've said that when you start your registration, you start to find people who will become maybe friends with you from there. Then we said, okay, you acclimatize yourself with your environment, get used to it, knowing where to find this and where to find that. And then we've talked about, okay, maybe you wanting a job and knowing how to go about and find that job. But what you will find is, as you are doing all of these things, you then start to see that you are trying to integrate into a culture that is so different
so different
from where you are coming from. So it's like how would I put it? It's like being a baby all over again,
starting life anew. You have to learn everything
again, because you are trying to fit yourself into a culture that is different from yours. Like Gladys now has asked me that, for example, the weather. The weather. Some of you may be coming from climates that are colder than here. So you find yourself still gauging yourself up in thick jackets and looking like Eskimos, thinking it's going to be equally cold here, and then you find yourself being hot
when you get here.
It's
not really cold for you.
It's not really cold for you.
Yeah.
Then some of you may be coming from climates that are hot.
Yeah, you're coming from the Middle East, from Africa. Most of Africa is very hot.
Very hot, yes.
So coming here would be a shortcut to your system, and nothing will prepare you for that type of cold. Because if you think that the deep freezer that we use to put our fish and meat and all that is that cold, then think about something that is much colder than the deep freezer. Yes. That's where we are.
So we've described those coming from colder climates. They have come with all their thick jackets, and then those of you coming from warmer climates have come with all your light clothes, thinking that this. So you find that you don't even know. It's taking us to the next aspect of the culture shock now, because in talking about weather, it links with
fashion. What you have to wear.
Exactly. Yeah. What are you going to wear? So you come out of your house, maybe for those of you coming from hot climates, you just wear a jeans and then you throw in
use all your pocket money to buy a coat immediately, because cold will kill you on the
nice
road.
T-shirts. Before you even step out, you find that you are
frozen.
Freezing.
You are frozen. You have. I've used my money because I went out feeling that sun is shining.
Yes.
I went out. I got so cold. I used all the money that was on me to buy socks, coats, everything.
Yes. So she was dressing herself in the shops.
Yes, I had to buy everything in the shop because I didn't go out prepared.
No.
And I cried when I got home because my money was gone. I was so cold I couldn't move. I couldn't even get back home.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So
I know of a friend who just came with slipper shoes.
Yeah.
So the first batch of his money was
to buy winter
socks
boots
and winter boots and canvases and sneakers, things that can keep his feet
warm.
So because you are expecting the cold, most of us just come in with the jacket. Oh, yeah, I have a jacket. But what about your feet?
Yeah.
You need to think about your feet.
You should be checking the weather forecast as well. Because that changes all the time, but you should be checking it.
Another thing that coincides with that is how the days come. When you first of all come in September like this, it seems normal.
It's still
because
normal.
The day gets bright maybe around 6 o'clock in the morning,
and
then it gets dark at 6 o'clock in the evening. For people coming from hotter climates like me, that was a normal day. And after, you begin to see that
it's shorter. You have shorter days.
Oh, the days don't get bright until
by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Then by 3 o'clock it's dark. By 4 o'clock it's dark, and you are navigating yourself around, feeling like a fish out of water. That's another thing that you need to do. Another thing I know about the UK in terms of weather is the rain.
Oh, it's a wet. UK is a wet country.
Yes.
It's a wet country.
Get yourself a portable umbrella that you will carry with yourself. Because as a student, like we said before, normally the way you navigate yourself around is by walking. So you are walking all the time. You want to be walking and you are freezing.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to be walking and you are getting what? Wet. Imagine that you are freezing and getting wet at the same time.
I can't deal with wet.
That is recipe for sickness.
Yeah,
that's why one of the first things we said you must get yourself acclimatized. When you're acclimatizing, is get yourself registered with a doctor, with a GP surgery, because the change of weather is the first thing that can cause you to fall sick. The change of weather and the way you dress for that
you have
change
to
of weather.
For it. To cover your neck.
To cover your neck, you have
your chest
area,
and your hands. Cold will come in from your hands and your feet. So
then another thing we will say about the culture shock is even the houses that we live in. You see, so basically, in those of you coming from hotter climates, you have no radiators in your houses.
AC that we have now. You have AC to cool you down.
Now here you have radiators. You need to know how when you get into your room, how to know how to put it on and put it down. And it's not advisable to sleep with your radiator on. So now I will go to people who are coming from colder climates who will think, oh, I'm cold. Oh, we normally sleep with radiator. You can catch meningitis if the room is equally too hot.
Yeah.
So these are the things that we're talking about in terms of weather and how you dress. So if you're coming from a colder climate, still don't pack too many clothes on your body expecting that it to be cold, because you will get too hot and you could cause yourself to become sick from your body temperature not being able to regulate itself properly because you are too hot. And at the same time, don't dress yourself in such a light way for those of you coming from warmer countries that you then catch a cold or you catch pneumonia or you catch something that you don't want to necessarily catch. Is there anything else you would like me to touch on?
Well, you've touched everything on the weather aspect, and we talked about dressing as well. So we talked about you have to get yourself into your layers, your warm layers, if you're going to be studying in the UK during the winter months. So what about the language shock? Because when I was coming from Nigeria, I felt that okay, I've got my English language, so I should be all right. But coming to Wales, people were speaking English to me, and they would make 5 sentences, and I don't have a clue what they're talking about. So, how should people prepare themselves for that? Yeah.
Okay, so in that regards, I can understand where you're coming from, because when we watch them on telly,
CNN and BBC and Sky,
we just think everyone has the American accent,
even the British
accent
on TV.
And
it's different.
So you could find yourself in a conversation with someone and you are both speaking English,
Yeah.
but he's not understanding you,
And you are not understanding him.
and you are busy saying, I need to find the GP surgery, and he's looking at you, for example, like that.
Pardon? You get pardon a lot.
Because maybe the way you are pronouncing the G in the other person's ear sounds like J.
Exactly.
So they don't, you get that culture clash a lot. But I think with that one, what you do is that you ease in gradually.
Yeah.
Yes, because we're also coming from countries where people speak with different what?
Accents. Yeah.
So you get used to the fact that, okay, they are speaking English, but I need to pay a little bit more attention to be able to understand if they are saying, you know, maybe they are saying chips, or they are saying, I don't know. I really don't know which example I can use now.
No, but that's hard to. That's hard to give an example.
Because
but yeah.
Why did I use chips? Let me explain why I use chips. For example, those of us coming from West Africa see chips as fried what? Potatoes. And we see crisp as flaky potatoes that have been fried out in packs. Now, if you are a student in America,
that's different.
Chips is crisp.
The crisp. Yeah. And
crisp is fries.
We see that.
So you don't call it chips in America. If you go now into a restaurant and say, I need chips, they will give you crisps. And then you'll be looking at it and thinking, this is not what I ordered. So these are the things that we're talking about, language differences. What do they call something here? Like Gladys gave an example earlier when we were just having a chat before the camera came on about extensions
and attachments.
So those of us from Nigeria, we call, when you add an extra,
when you're making
your hair and you put the extra things into your hair to make it longer, we call those extra hair that are not our hair, we call them attachments.
Obviously, because you attach it to your hair.
So it's an attachment, right? So in Nigeria, it's normal. When you say, I want to buy attachments,
everybody knows what you're saying. Yeah.
Now, if you come to the UK and you go into a shop and say, I
want to buy attachments,
they'll be looking at you strangely.
Pardon?
Attach what? What do you want to attach? Attach a book to this? Attach a nail to the wall?
You have to understand.
What do you mean attachment?
Language
so it's called extension.
Here. I know.
I want to buy an extension or extensions.
I know. This was what happened to me last year in the US. We went into a shop and I wanted to buy a bottle of water. And I was saying to the man, can I get a bottle of water, please? The man said, what? What? And then my son says, no, Mom, water. And he says, water.
She has pronounced it now with all the syllables.
Way. Water.
She's mentioned all the syllables, whereas the Americans take the T out and call it water. So the T is no longer in the.
It doesn't exist.
It's only there for the spelling, but not for the pronouncing.
Yeah.
So these are the little
differences
that you encountered with. So like I said earlier, it's not so much of a rocket science, because gradually, when you speaking to someone who is sounding a bit different from you, what you then do is you pay more attention to them, listen, to try to discern what they're saying. And most of the time, people are friendly. They can tell that, okay, you're speaking with a different accent. So they might slow down for you. And just as they're slowing down for you, you also need to
pay
slow
more
down.
Attention.
You need to pay attention. You need to slow down for them.
Yeah.
Because they too may not understand you.
Definitely, they do not. That's why they are saying pardon.
Yes.
Pardon, excuse me, pardon.
Yes, all the time.
Can you say that again?
Yes. I've lived in this country for so many years now. And I walked into a shop one day to say, I want to buy Piritin. Now, we call it Piritin. Piritin that you give to people if they have an allergy. Yeah. And then the woman brought me Pirites. So I said, no, I want Piritin. And then she goes, is it Piriton?
Piriton, yeah.
Do you see that?
Piriton.
So it's the pronunciation. How you've been used to pronouncing something is different from how, they pronounce it here. So while you may be talking about the same thing, you are just pronouncing
it about it differently. Yeah.
So that's one culture shock.
And I think for me, I had, talking about language now, I had a period when I had like 2 or 3 years when I wasn't talking at all, because I couldn't, I think they call it silent season.
Yes.
In when you're learning English as an additional language. They call it a silent period. I had that silent period. I actually experienced it when I couldn't talk anymore. I just was quiet, and I think that's the period I was absorbing everything. And when I came out of it, then my English became clear.
Yes.
And now when I go back home, people say you talk differently, and I don't see it. I don't get it.
I know that we get that a lot. I'll just tell you the funny story that maybe Gladys and I will share now is that having schooled here, being here, lived here now, our children now correct our English.
Exactly. Mom, I know.
There we go. While we are still used to some of the ways we pronounce it in Nigeria, because they school here and live within these people, you pronounce something from them and they too would look at you and say, what did you say? No? Or are you trying to say this?
And sometimes it's the same thing, but you don't get why they are correcting you, because to you it's sounding the same. But to them, there's an accent difference that they're picking up from you.
For why your own pronunciation is not the correct one.
Exactly.
So we are only saying that to say one of the cultural differences that you will find is in the language or the accents or the way things are pronounced or the way things are called differently.
Yeah, so you should look out for that. Yeah. How about food?
Food.
It's a big one. Food is a big one.
Oh my God.
About food, bread. No, bread especially.
Yes. Bread especially. You find that from one country or one climate or one continent to another, bread means a whole totally different thing. And is made in a whole totally different way. That's just talking about bread. So when we talk about food is a really, really, big aspect, because we're talking about bread now. So you just say, I walk into the shop, I want to buy bread. You buy bread, you go home, you eat it. It's not like the bread,
Our bread is much more doughy and sweet. It tastes like more like the French brioche.
Yes,
our bread.
That's coming from West Africa, Nigeria, and maybe other African countries as well. Our bread is more.
British bread is more
thin, less sugar.
There's no sugar. It's more chewy. It's more. I
don't know how to explain it. But
but saying that, there are so many different types of bread in the shop.
Exactly.
So you have to get the particular bread that suits your taste.
And the only way to get that particular bread that suits your taste is when you go this week, you buy the one that doesn't suit your taste. When you go next week, you try another one. If that one doesn't suit your taste, you go the next week, you try another one until you find the one that suits your palate and the one that you feel is closer to what you understand as bread. Yeah. And it's not just with bread. Tomatoes,
a lot of things,
fruits, the way they taste a bit differently. Even just for the fact that you are missing home cooked food. Maybe the kind of food that is unique to your culture. Pounded yam, fufu, salsa. You could just be missing it, and you really don't know where you will source those ingredients from to even prepare it for yourself. So these are the kind of things where we say acclimatize with the shops around you.
Yeah.
And another way to help yourself with the cultural difference is in the school. Find out if your country or your continent have unions.
Yeah.
Because
Union
you must
of Nigerian
understand,
students, Union of African students,
Union of Tanzanian students, Union of Zimbabwe students.
Yeah, you get that in
the universities. So in the school, find out if your country has a union, because what you need to understand is that there are other people who are in second year, third year, who have been in school and are just resuming for the new session, as opposed to you who is just coming for the very first time.
Yeah.
So if there are such unions and such
to support
societies, then get yourself attached to those kind of places.
You will get the support that you need. Yeah.
For example, you can ask somebody,
down.
where will I find a gushi to buy?
Yeah.
Or where will I find a Nigerian restaurant?
Cameroonian restaurant.
Or a Cameroonian restaurant. Or this. So once you get yourself, attached to such groups, it does help you with the settling in terms of cultural shock and knowing your way around it.
Well, we've talked so much about the differences in culture and weather and all that. So Yeah, I think maybe we could move on now to something else.
something
Yeah.
else.
Okay. So the other thing would be like in Nigeria, the education system is very different to the British education system. So how could people ease into this huge? Because it's quite a huge difference. I found that for me. Quite a huge difference in the education system from where I came from to the British one. So how could people readjust themselves quickly to this type of first of all, what are the differences that you can find from your own mother country to this one now? Yeah.
Okay. First of all, you must realize that you are studying now in English language. English. So the way you think things, you have to always think them in English. You can't think them in your native language and try to translate them into English. Think in English, write in English, walk in English. That's what I would advise. That's the first one I would say. Now, secondly, we are using Nigeria because we are both Nigerians and we came from an educational system in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now, in Nigeria, it's almost a cram it to pass it kind of system.
Give me back what I gave to you.
Give me back what I gave to you.
If I teach you that the photosynthesis is the process whereby green plants manufacture food through blah 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 blah. When I ask you, tell me what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is what I gave you.
And you
basically
pass,
you will pass it.
You get a distinction because you were able to
reproduce
verbatim what I was
said.
given to you.
Yeah.
What the teacher said to you or what the lecturer said to you, give verbatim. Right? Now, let's rephrase that. First, and another cultural shock. Sorry, that I'm going into cultural shock or whatever. In our education system in Nigeria, is linked to this. We sort of worship our lecturers and think we can't approach them, or they are mini gods, or they are sir, or they are ma'am. But
you will find
it's
that
very different here. Your
and
lecturer,
they are approachable, and they expect you
and they expect you
to approach them
and to be. They see themselves as your friend.
Yeah. So all that ma and sir, it's unnecessary. They will not appreciate
totally
it. In fact, you can call them their name and
thank you
and ask them whatever thing you want.
Ask them whatever
say,
you want.
Hi, Pete. Can you tell me blah 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 blah? When can I come to you for you to address this aspect for me? Tell them. They would love that.
That's first and foremost. Because we're linking that up now, because we first of all said that in Nigeria, if the teacher tells you something, teaches you something, you come back and you give the teacher exactly what he teaches you, then you have passed. Well, in the UK, because first of all, you have a relationship with your teacher, he expects that you also have an intellect. So if he tells you something, he expects you to have an idea of it that may be different from his, and feel free to tell him your different idea. He accepts the fact that his idea is not the be all, and end all.
British education system is more like research based generally.
Yes.
So they like something different. They want to see what you are bringing in
to the table. So never feel too intimidated to say, oh, maybe if I tell you
in my village, this is how we do it.
Oh, this is how and if I tell you now, I say, shut up, sit down, who are you? No, the teachers or the lecturers in the UK do not behave like that. They are not authoritative. They are your friends. They want to hear your opinion. Input. They want to hear your experience.
Exactly.
So how do you use that now to approach to your work?
Because that should be an advantage for you, if anything. Yes, if anything. Because now you're coming from a different system.
Yes, how do you use that to your approach of your work and your education? So, don't get overwhelmed. No one is expecting you to cram the whole textbook or the whole notes and come back and pour it. What they are expecting you to do, don't get overwhelmed with cramming and all of that. What they're expecting you to do is come for your lectures, read your notes, understand them, go on the internet, do a research, see what other people said about that topic, what other people's views are about that topic, relate it to maybe your own personal experience of
Yeah.
what you've experienced about this particular topic. Try to bring the topic alive,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
This is what the lecturer said. This is what people on the internet said. This is what I think about what was said. I think there may be a better way. I think the lecturer's way is quite better than this one.
Yeah.
What are the disadvantages of the way I was taught?
You
the system
analyze.
you research, you analyze
Everything.
and so basically what you are giving back is showing someone who has really done their homework, as opposed to someone who just read the notes, crammed it, oh okay, yes, and just poured it down.
No.
So they are expecting you to use a lot of your own intellect.
Yeah.
What do you know about this topic apart from what I have told you in class? Now, if you do your essays that way, if you write your exams that way, you have a better chance of getting
A distinction.
better grades.
Yeah.
Than if you just come in and
read everything,
read it and give
and
the
you
lecturer
give it
what
he
gave
said,
you.
you're not going to make it. No, don't even
You,
try that.
you might pass, but it will just not be.
How do you see that thing? If you do not put your own vibe to it,
then you don't. And what this helps you do in the long run is that at the end of your course or your year, you would write a dissertation. Or you will write a long essay, maybe they say write a 5,000 word essay or something. Because you've been used to learning
it
like that,
it becomes
easy,
nothing for you.
It becomes nothing for you.
Yeah, it becomes nothing for you.
Nothing for you. So there's no need to really get overwhelmed because it's a more easier system. I, for example, read law, and I did a part of my degree in Nigeria. Now in Nigeria, you are expected to cram the statute books. So if the constitution says this, I'm supposed to cram section 5, this of the constitution says so,
That's
and cram it and
ridiculous. I
cram it
don't
to the
even
wall.
know how.
But in the UK, when I came in, it was a culture shock for me, or it was a different way for me because I'm not expected to cram the statute book. I can actually bring my statute book into the exam.
Exactly.
But what they are expecting me to do is analyze. If I say section this says that, then I should analyze it. I should say what the exceptions are. I should give scenarios where those exceptions come in.
And scenarios is a big one,
Yes.
because that you will find that not just in school but also when you're going to apply for a job.
That's
you know,
right.
they will not be asking you, even in exams mostly. Even our children go through this. Our children who are doing maths in the exams,
yes.
they don't do 2 + 2 is 5.
No.
Or 3 + 3 is 7. No, they give them real scenario problems, and that's what you have to do. That is British education.
Putting that in simple terms, they expect you to relate what they are teaching you to how it really affects reality.
Yeah.
How does this thing that I'm teaching you affect
The
real
practicality
life?
of it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The practical aspect of it.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to do your research. That's why you need to bring your own ideas into whatever it is that you are studying.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about reading it on paper, passing it on paper. It's about this topic now. How does it really work in reality? And can there be a better way? And trust me, anybody can have a different idea that could bring about a better way than how we are doing it now. So that is how it tends to be that you are educated in the UK. So you get your workload, yes, quite all right. You know that you have to do that. But what makes it a bit easy for you is because it's almost like you are living a real life experience through your education, because everything you are learning, you are expected to relate it to practicality.
That's it.
So in essence, if you go in, you write an essay, you write an exam, you are allowed to give your own opinion, as well as the research that you've made of other people's opinion. Don't go ever to write an exam or an essay or a test with just what the opinion of the lecturer gave you. You must give what he gave you, analyze that with what you researched, analyze that with what you think, and then you stand a better chance of getting the best grades.
Yeah, so you're coming to the UK. Britain has an education brand. The British education itself is a brand. It's something that people from all over the world come to. The country prides itself with its education brand. So you're coming here, if you just want to write definition and all that, that's too mediocre for the British brand, for the British education brand. You should prepare yourself with, know that you're coming here to
expand your mind,
to add to the system,
to add.
So not just to come and take what is already written.
Exactly.
So you are coming to add to the system. So that's what
how it works.
we'll tell you.
And when you get an education that is like that, it helps your mind to be broad, because you can apply it
to any other field of study or work. You can apply. You become a very versatile person. You are able to adapt yourself to any other field, and that's what we all got from the British education that we have.
That's what research really helps you to do. There's no one standard way of doing things, and that's why you see that's what helps with the development as well. People are open-minded to other people's ideas. One way is never the only way.
No.
So what the lecturer said to me is not the be
all and end all of everything.
And your own opinion counts. They are so happy to read it and see that you put in another idea that maybe no one has even ever spoken about or heard of. They are ready to work with that. So that's what makes the education system in the UK sort of like a different or a better experience.
It's a really
why a lot of people want to come in
to have a British education. Okay, so we decided that we're going to give you some super tips at the end. So thank you for staying tuned to the end. Our super tips would be, Omame, you can take it from there.
Okay, Gladys, she's always putting me on the spot.
Yes, because you're a bag of brains.
Okay, so what I would say, starting with super tips, is you are away from home. You've come to a new place. Have an open mind. And that open mind means enjoy the experience. Embrace it. Enjoy the experience.
Try the food. Try the holiday destinations.
Make new friends from other countries, other climates. Get yourself into that.
Don't stay in a closet.
No. Integrate yourself with the society. Understand how all these different things work and how it could be of use to you one way or the other. And, keeping at the back of your mind what your long-term plans or your long-term goals are for what you want to do
at the end
of your course or your career. Do you want to remain back in the country? Do you want to go back to your own home country? Do you want to use this to open a business? Do you want to
find a job? What do you want to do at the end of it? What do you want to get at the end of it?
That must be at the
forefront. You must keep that. That must be going on all the time in your head. You plan A, plan B, plan C. And what are the immigration rules for work after study or anything else that you want to do?
Because you don't want a situation where you are coming to the end of your course or your time in the country and you don't even know why you read the course, where you want to go from what kind of jobs you can get with the course, what visa options you have if you want to
No, that's not good enough.
So it's the first tip that we will say after we've said embrace the experience and be open-minded about it. Always keep your long-term goals at the forefront of your focus. It's very, very important.
Where am I going with this? What do I want to do? What's my plan A? My plan A is to stay back in the UK. How can I get that? What's my plan B? My plan B is to go to Australia or Canada or Ukraine or any other country. Okay, how can I get that? Oh, my plan C. Exactly. My plan C is to go back to Nigeria and get a job. How can I get work experience here now that can help me to get that job?
That's right.
You've got to plan your life ahead while you are studying.
Now, having said that, remember also that you cannot be a disappointment to yourself.
No chance.
Take notice that I'm starting with yourself.
Exactly.
I'm not starting with your parents.
No.
Or your
don't let yourself down.
Don't let your own self down. Because you have to think about not letting your own self down first. Because if you let yourself down, that's the first person you are going to ever even disappoint.
Exactly.
Because
You're
you
going
just
to
be
disappoint
thinking,
yourself.
you always be thinking to yourself, everybody else is moving on,
And
what
I'm
have I
stuck
done?
here.
And I'm stuck here.
Yeah.
So you must always not have that this thing of, I must not let myself down.
Yeah.
2, I must not let my parents or my sponsors down.
No.
Because
They paid so much
they've
money.
paid so much money for you to
And
get,
apart from the money,
yes, apart from the money,
they have so much high expectations
from you.
Yeah.
You
So-
must not, that must also be at the forefront of your mind. I must not let myself down. I must not let my sponsors, which could be your parents or a scholarship or a school or even your village or
Your
your
village
community.
people, people, don't let them down.
Don't let them down.
Yeah, don't let the village people down. The only
It must
doctor
always
that
be
they are
at the
hopeful
forefront.
of.
So while you've embraced the culture and you are enjoying the experience of it, don't be derailed from why you actually.
You will find a lot of different groups, even
Yes.
in the UK here and other societies. They have social groups. Don't get yourself into the wrong group.
That's right.
In this country, there are people who go out every Friday just all for the wrong reasons. And you don't want to be caught up in that type of thing. You want to stay focused
because you can
on
easily
your
do
studies
Yes,
until you achieve the success at the end of it.
that's right.
So wow,
Those are just the
our super
small
tips. Yeah.
super tips that I can give you. And if you work with those tips, I can assure you that in the long run, you will be pleased with yourself, your parents will be pleased with you, and you would have made the best out of the
opportunity.
experience.
Yeah.
Opportunity that you got.
Okay, people, that's where we're going to draw it for the day. I think our battery is nearly running down, so we need to run off now. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.